So today is the day, 4th of April, where major changes are happening in the UK. However, today I'll be covering one positive change which is happening from today, which is about you guys can earn extra money, which is called you can do extra supplementary job or part-time job, and you can earn extra 20 hours per week. However, there's a catch. Not everybody can do, and you cannot work on all the available jobs. So there's a catch of 20 hours per week, and there's a catch of only few jobs which you can do. So if you want to know what are the changes happening for which visa category and for what kind of job, make sure you watch the video till the end, because there is some kind of positive news in it. And also I'm going to try to summarize all the changes which are being effective from today itself, 4th of April. So before we start, a quick introduction about myself. My name is Sarika and I do make YouTube videos to educate people about the latest changes in the UK and around the world. And for my new audience, I've also started my student consultancy, which means if you want to study your bachelor's, master's or PhD, my team can help you. So these are the list of the countries we support. So if you're interested to study abroad, make sure you fill the form which is provided in my video description and also pinned comment. And my team will reach out to you and help you free of cost. So you already know what to do, right? Okay, so without any further delay, let's begin with today's video. So there's a massive PDF which is provided by the government, around 280 pages. I have already made some notes which I wanted to share with you guys. So the first note is about what do you mean by these supplementary changes, which jobs are impacted, what do you mean by part-time, how many hours you are allowed to work. The communication mentioned by the UK government, it says clearly that you're allowed to work extra 20 hours per week, but only for 3 visa categories. So which are those? They are skilled worker visa, global mobility visa. The old name was ICT visa, intra-company transfer. I'm mentioning it because I have already seen some comments in my previous video about it. And the third visa category is scalar visa. So if you are one of those from these 3 visa categories, you can earn more money now in the UK in a legal way by working 20 hours per week. If you look at this line, which I have highlighted here, again, this is from the communication, the PDF. It says, in the case of supplementary employment in the skilled worker route, this is being broadened to encompass all occupations eligible for the route. So quick reminder, before 4th of April, if you are on any of these visa categories, you are not allowed to work in all the job or occupation code. You're allowed to do extra 20 hours only in your occupation code. Say you're working as a business analyst in a company, your job code, I don't know, 1214. So you are allowed to work only as business analyst in another company with the same job code. You cannot go and pick up another job code 3214 and work in that. That was the rule before 4th of April. But from 4th of April, you can work in any job which are considered as skilled. So if you're already thinking what is skilled and unskilled job, keep watching. Another point which I want to put an emphasis on. Remember, this is just supplementary work. Your current work, which you're employed or you're sponsored by employer, that should not be impacted. There's a line which says the other employment does not exceed 20 hours per week. First of all, make sure you don't do it. Otherwise, when you apply for ILR, indefinite leave to remain, that will be rejected on those grounds. And this supplementary work should take place outside of the hours when the person is contracted to work for the sponsor in the job for which the person is being sponsored. So if you're being sponsored, say as a business analyst in a company ABCD from Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., make sure you don't do this extra 20 hours during your contracted sponsored job. Only the extra 20 hours can be done out of office hours or say on your weekend. So just be careful and mindful about it. If you want ILR and you want to settle in UK, do not work unnecessary longer hours because your ILR will be rejected on that ground. Now, let's see which are the jobs you can do versus not. So first of all, there's something called as supplementary. They have explained in this PDF, long PDF, what is this supplementary work. Here you can see supplementary employment means employment in a job other than the job for which the person is being sponsored, which can be from the immigration salary list. Now, remember, from 4th of April, which is today, the shortage occupation list is being removed. So we will not make any reference to it. In fact, the new list is called immigration salary list. So as long as you get a job from immigration salary list and at the same professional level, for example, I said, say you're working as a developer, as a Java developer, and then you get a job as another developer or you as a data analyst, you can still take that. And the third is if the person has permission as a skilled worker, is an eligible SOC 2020 occupation code listed in table 123 of that PDF, then only you can work. This PDF, table 123 is a huge list. So it allows you to choose from any of those skilled jobs only, which I will explain you now. In that PDF, page number 81 contains the data about your table 1, table 2 is 125 and 196. It's a huge list. Let me quickly run that with you now. On this PDF, if you just go and write table 1, you will be landing to this page where you can see which are the eligible job listed here. Remember, all the jobs which is listed in table 1, 2 and 3, you are allowed to do that. Now here is the SOC 2020 code. Now remember the new job code that will be given by your employer. There will be a reference of SOC 2020 and not 2010, which is the old COS. Here is the job code. And of course, like I said, in the new entrant, you will be getting a salary discount. So this is the salary that the new entrants should be looking at. You are on a student visa or PSW. This is where you have to look at, because you are new entrant. Now, let's quickly look at few example. I'm not going to go through the whole list because it's a massive list. So 1111, chief executives, production manager, directors, marketing, sales, advertising, directors, public relation communication, directors, purchasing manager, charitable organization managers, human resource manager, information technology directors, functional managers, directors in logistics, senior police officers, senior office fires, health and services and public health managers and directors. Here you can see clinical manager, director of nursing, health service manager, or information manager. And if you scroll down, social service managers and director, here you can see managers and proprietaries in forestry, fishing, hotel and accommodation managers. Here you can see the details like caravan, car, park owner, hotel manager, service flat manager, restaurant, cafe owner, operation manager. So these are the jobs which are listed in table 1, table 2, and table 3. Again, I'm not going to go through it. Pause and go through this PDF. It's a huge PDF. Make sure you're very thorough from 4th of April, because this is what you should be referring. And the UK government website will be also updated today itself. Now, of course, if you just go and write here in this PDF table 1, 2, and 3, you'll be taken to that page. However, my next important slide is about the table 6, and I'll tell you why. Like I mentioned, you can work only from the jobs which is mentioned table 1, 2, or 3, or immigration salary list, or within your job code. But the list of the jobs which you cannot do is in table 6, which is in page 220. So let's quickly understand what is unskilled job. Now, they have said those jobs are not meeting the required skill level to be called under skilled jobs, either for skilled worker, global mobility visa, or scale-up visa. And that's why you cannot work in this job. And of course, you can read the definition which is mentioned on the UK government website. So let's quickly go to this page number 220. What I've done in my PDF, I've just written table 6. So it will take you directly to table 6 here. You see, I'm on 218 page here. And if you scroll down here at the bottom, you will see all these jobs. You cannot do officers in armed forces, complementary health associate professionals, like you cannot work as a therapist. Here you see massage therapist or color therapist. You cannot work as a nun or pastor priest. You cannot work as a sports player. You cannot work as a cricketer, footballer, jockey, golfer. You cannot work as a referee, riding instructor, or sports coach, bank and post office clerks. You cannot work. So what I have seen, any job which is considered as administrative jobs are listed here. You cannot work as a driver. You cannot work as a delivery guy as well. You cannot work in a pub. You cannot work, for example, into data entry administrators. You cannot work as a medical secretary. You cannot work as a legal secretaries. Again, here, receptionists as well. You cannot work as a cook, nannies, pest control, care escorts. And here are more explanation or more example of the job. So make sure you look at both the columns. You cannot work as a sports and leisure assistant. You cannot work as a travel agent, hairdresser, beautician, housekeeper, caretaker. So basically all those easy jobs generally which students opt for during their part-time, you cannot do. Remember, because you're not on a student visa. This rule is not for student visa or anyone who is on graduate visa. This rule is only for people who are on skilled visa, global mobility visa, or people who are on scale-up visa, because their salary threshold is higher. So you cannot work on this because the salary threshold is not good, or you will be paid little more if you're considered skilled. So you cannot do unskilled job. And the list is big. You can just go and check this full list in your free time as well. Call and contact center occupations, telephonist, communication operators. You cannot work in all of this job. So I don't know whether this is a positive news or a negative news for you guys, but do let me know in the comment section. Are you planning to work in any of the jobs from table 1, 2, 3? Do you see this as a positive news for you or not? I really don't know, but do let me know. What I'm going to do is now very quickly. So here you see heavy and large good vehicle drivers, you cannot work, bus and coach drivers, taxi cab driver, you cannot do delivery drivers. All the jobs which I was just mentioning in my introduction, you see here, you cannot do all these jobs here. And farm worker, forestry work, fishing, ground workers, you cannot, like drainage worker, ground worker, trench digger, you cannot work into all these kind of jobs. Packers, postal workers, window cleaners, street cleaners, cleaner, domestic work, laundry, dry cleaners, nothing. You cannot work into low skill jobs. Now, what I'm going to do is, of course, the links will be in my video description. Go and have a look. Now, let me summarize very quickly the other changes which is effective from 4th of April. So summary first, reminder, skill visa changes happening. The salary threshold is increasing from 26,200 to 38,700, which is a 48% increase. New entrant rule still applies, where students and people who are on graduate visa will get 30% discount. Next update is on the health and care worker visa, where the salary is increasing from 26,200 to 29,000, except carer and senior carer. So please do not get confused. Now, shortage occupation list will be removed from today. The new list is called immigration salary list. So make sure you are quite understand what this list include. It doesn't have a massive list, small list. Now, do not make any reference. So SOC 210, the new code is SOC 2020. So when you will get a new COS from 4th of April, or when your company applies from 4th of April, make sure you refer to the code SOC 2020. Read clearly in the certificate of sponsorship which will be given to you. So your employer should make sure they use the right SOC code and not the old one. The other visa category, also the salary is increasing, like global business mobility. You can see the salary threshold is increasing. For scalar visa as well, it's increasing from 34,600 to 36,300, and also for quality worker. And family visa as well, from 11th of April, they will be changed. They will be increased to 29,000, and then later to 34,000, and later to 38,700. And the last is about asylum seeker visa, where you can work only on the jobs which are listed under immigration salary list. Those are the summary of the changes that are happening. Do let me know, what do you guys think of this change? And if you guys got any question, you guys can reach out to me in the comment section. I'm also available on Instagram. My ID is Your Knowledge Buddy. And for anyone who wants to connect with me, I also provide one-to-one consultation. Links are in my video description. So make sure you can book my time if you want to speak to me. Thanks for watching my video till the end, and I'll see you guys soon with my next video. Till then, keep learning.